The story begins with a sense of mystery and unease, following the arrival of a teenage girl named Lily who moves into a new town with her mother, Helen. They are moving in with Helen's new boyfriend, Adam, a motivational speaker with a polished exterior, but an undercurrent of intensity that makes Lily wary. As she struggles with the new environment and the challenge of fitting in at her high school, she quickly becomes isolated, facing ridicule and bullying from her classmates. One incident in particular, where she has a very public and humiliating experience during class, leaves her devastated. But this is also the moment that changes her life forever. 3 girls from her school, Frankie, Tabby, and Lord, notice her, and unlike others who laugh at her, they see something different in her. The 3 of them are already bonded in a deep way, practicing witchcraft together but lacking a 4th member to complete their circle. When they approach Lily and invite her into their world, she finds herself pulled into something that feels both dangerous and exciting. The 3 recognize instantly that Lily is special, more powerful than they could have imagined, and the energy she brings completes their coven. For the first time, Lily feels accepted. Her loneliness begins to dissolve as she forms a sisterhood with the 3 girls. Together, they cast spells, experiment with magic, and explore their own identities. They discover their powers are strongest when they are united, each girl contributing her own strength. They practice elemental magic, air, fire, water, and earth, and Lily becomes the natural leader, though she doesn't yet fully understand the depths of her power. They use their magic to make changes in their lives, some lighthearted and some serious, like altering a bully's behavior, and Lily finds herself embracing this newfound strength and belonging. However, as their magic grows, so does the danger. The girls learn the hard way that magic is not a toy, it carries consequences. When they push boundaries too far, the spells begin to backfire, creating ripples in the lives of those around them. The coven's bond starts to fracture, with jealousy, doubts, and fear creeping into their unity. The girls start questioning whether Lily's immense power is a blessing or a threat. Meanwhile, in her new home, Lily starts noticing unsettling things about Adam. On the surface, he's charming, disciplined, and admired by his followers, but in private, he exerts control and hides a darker side. He takes an unusual interest in Lily, studying her in a way that feels uncomfortable. The tension builds as she begins to suspect that Adam is not only aware of her power, but has his own connection to the occult. As the story deepens, Lily discovers shocking truths. She learns she is adopted, and her biological mother is none other than Nancy Downs, the powerful witch from the original The Craft film. This revelation shakes her world, connecting her to a lineage of immense magical energy and explaining why her powers are so extraordinary. The climax of the story comes when Adam reveals his true self. He is not just an ordinary man, but a warlock hungry for power, obsessed with control, and intent on harnessing Lily's magic for himself. He manipulates those around him, using toxic masculinity and dominance to assert his authority, and he sets his sights on stealing Lily's gifts. Lily and her friends must come together in their strongest form to face him. Their sisterhood is tested like never before as Adam proves to be a formidable enemy, wielding dark magic and violence in his desperate attempt to take control. In the final confrontation, Adam tries to drain Lily's power, believing he can bend her will and make her his. But Lily's strength lies not only in her lineage, but in her unity with her coven. The other girls rally to her side, their bond repairing in the face of this threat. Together, they channel their combined power to overpower Adam, showing that their sisterhood and balance of energies are stronger than his hunger for domination. The battle is intense and terrifying, filled with supernatural energy, until finally, Lily unleashes her full strength, defeating Adam once and for all. In the aftermath, the girls understand the true responsibility of magic. They recognize that their coven is not simply about power, but about trust, balance, and respect for forces greater than themselves. The film ends with Lily seeking answers about her mother. She visits a psychiatric institution where Nancy Downs is held, and in a haunting and emotional moment, the two finally meet. Nancy, though broken from her past, recognizes Lily as her daughter. The scene closes with a chilling ambiguity, leaving the audience both satisfied and unsettled, as the legacy of the craft continues into a new generation. Lily's life had always been defined by uncertainty. Moving from place to place with her single mother had left her longing for permanence, for a sense of belonging. When Helen fell in love with Adam, a well-spoken but strangely rigid motivational speaker, Lily had hoped this move would finally bring her stability. But the moment she stepped into Adam's immaculate suburban home, with its cold walls and rules posted like commandments, she felt suffocated. The house wasn't warm, it was a prison disguised as perfection. At school, Lily was immediately marked as an outsider. She was quiet, introverted, and too strange for the polished cliques that dominated the halls. Her humiliation during class, when she had a deeply embarrassing moment in front of her peers, became the spark that drew attention to her. Not the kind she wanted, but the kind that caught the eyes of three unusual girls who seemed to move together like shadows. Frankie, Tabby, and Lord weren't popular in the traditional sense, but they had an aura about them, as though they carried secrets too heavy for the average teenager to understand. They reached out to Lily not with pity, but with recognition. They had been waiting for her. The first time they invited her into their circle, Lily felt an energy shift around her. In Frankie's cluttered attic, surrounded by candles, crystals, and ancient-looking books, the girls performed a simple ritual to test her. The air grew thick, the flame of a candle stretched unnaturally tall, and a shiver coursed through Lily's body as though something inside her had awakened. The three smiled knowingly. They had found their missing element,